Hi and welcome back to Normski TV, and yes, this will be the last player ratings and review of the 2021 season. Arsenal yesterday faced Brighton in their last game of the season at the Emirates, playing in front of 10,000 fans, and we beat Brighton 2-0. It was a very good game. Had some standout performances, especially from Pepe, and we beat Brighton and we win 5 games in a row. That's the first time under Arteta. Looking back at the season, it's been an absolute joke, a bit of a mess, not a bit of a mess, absolute mess, should I say. And Arteta's come out and said, we're 5 points better off from last season. We still finished in the same position, 8th. The only difference is if we had finished last season with the same points that we've got now, we would have finished 5th. But this team, this manager, it's absolutely been a shambles of a season, and we was fighting it out, so to speak, for 7th place. It was touch and go, with Spurs coming back with a flurry and beating Leicester 4-2. Gareth Bale getting 2 goals, Harry Kane getting a goal and obviously getting the golden boot. He looks like he's probably going to be on his way out. Who he's going to go to, who knows? Something to talk about in the future. But yes, that 7th place, the Conference League, the Europa Conference League. And to be perfectly honest, I didn't really want to be in there. Oh yeah, I didn't want to lose the game. Obviously, we wanted to go out on a high note, and we did. Yeah, Tottenham have finished above us, but they've now ended up in the Europa Conference League. And it's going to be a bit of a strange one for Arsenal, not being in Europe first time in 25 years. Absolutely amazing. And it's going to be a strange one not having any football on a Wednesday night or Tuesday night or Thursday night. All we'll be playing for now is the Premier League, Carabao Cup and FA Cup. So I don't know whether that will give us any kind of advantage going into the new season, but we have to bring in the players to do it. Now, the fact that we're not in Europe means that we're not going to get the caliber of player coming in. The only way we can lure players is to give them the money and to give them hope that the future of Arsenal going forward and not going backwards is something that they will be able to take on board, digest, and think, is this club worth playing for? We are a big club, we are a massive club, but we are out of Europe. We finished 8th, and at the moment the team is regressing. Second half of the season, we ended up being either second in the form table behind Man City, amassing I think it points something like 44 points, only conceding 20 odd goals. But it's a whole season. It's a whole season that we need to play for, not half a season, a whole season, and we have to do that consistently over 38 games. We haven't got the players to do it, and there's going to be hopefully some changes in the summer, and I will come on to that. I mean, I want to do some shows with regards to the inquests of Arsenal. I want to do a show on the inquests of Arsenal and where do we go from here. Is being out of Europe going to be good for us? That's something that I want to discuss. Hopefully I'll be able to bring on my Arsenal colleagues to talk about that. Also want to look at the roundup of the season with the What's Going On podcast, just to see how Chelsea have sneaked in there and got that 4th place, even though they lost against Aston Villa. Leicester were the ones that to give it up a second year in a row. But let's focus on the game. As I said, last game of the season yesterday. And looking at the team that was selected by Arteta, We had Aubameyang up front. I didn't do a player preview. You know, I think, to be honest, I just lapsed in terms of doing a preview for a couple of games. I just saw these games as dead rubber games, and I just thought, well, you know, it is what it is. But I thought, let me just come and do a last review and player ratings for the Arsenal. And as I said, you know, Arteta went with a 4-2-3-1 as he does. Constantly changing. So I don't know whether this guy has had the same 11 out for the 38 games that we've played. I don't know if he has. If somebody could let me know if that's the case, where we've played the same 11 consecutively, please let me know. But it just seems like he changes the team, and that's why I think we're so inconsistent. We just cannot settle. But he started off with Leno in goal, Chambers at right back, Holding and Gabriel as a centre backs, and Tierney as our left back. Granit Xhaka alongside Thomas Partey, Pepe on the right, Odegaard and the number 10 role, Smith Rowe playing out left, and Aubameyang playing up front. And obviously on the bench he had Saka, Lacazette, Martinelli, Cedric Suarez, Pablo Marie, Renison. Obviously Matt Ryan couldn't play because obviously he can't face his club. El Nene was on the bench, Dani Ceballos, Eddie Nketiah, and Martinelli. Now, it was a comfortable win. We won that game 2-0. You know, when you think, you know, we're not playing with no pressure. We start that game, you know, Brighton weren't really at the races. They didn't really have any clear-cut chances. In terms of stats, let's just look quickly at the stats. And let's just go down here. So we had like 53% possession. In terms of passes, we had a total passes of, let's see, is it here? 565 to Brighton's 489. Quite even when it comes to their tackles, you know, pretty even. You know, in terms of shots on target, just have a quick look there. Let's see, shots on targets. Is there any shots on targets? I can't see anything at the moment. I can't see anything. Oh, here we are. 5 shots on target to Brighton's 1. And we had a total of 16 shots. So, you know, we was literally camped in their side. And, you know, we made a good account of ourselves. Pepe played exceptionally yesterday. 2 brilliant goals by him. One with his right foot, and I think the other one was his left. So right foot, left foot, and you can see that he's working on his right foot. And I was saying to somebody that if Pepe could, you know, continue to work hard on his right foot, he'll be a very, very dangerous player. You know, one of the things, he was always coming on his left foot, but it seems like he's started to practice using that right foot. And I've noticed that in a couple of games where he's actually scored with his right foot on a number of occasions. So it's really good to see that happening. Long may that continues coming into form. And this is what happens when you play him. You can see a player there. Now, I don't care what anybody says, he's not worth 72 million. I don't care what anybody says, he's not worth 72 million. He's a 35 million pound player. But, you know, with the right coaching, this guy can go up in levels, you know what I mean? There's just little things that needs to be tweaking. You know, he's starting to, what I'm seeing from him now is that his decision making is a lot better. He's having more end product, but there's still more work to be done on that. But he had an exceptional game yesterday, and I will be giving him man of the match, as I say, when I come to doing my player ratings. And it generally, you know, it was a good game, and as I said, it's great to be them to be back in front of their fans. And, you know, 5 games in a row, as I said, you know, second half of the season, second in the form table. Why couldn't we be doing this all season? But there has to be some major changes that needs to go on at the Arsenal. And before I actually go into the player ratings, Mikhail, did his press conference, and he was sort of saying that in terms of his philosophy, that he's saying our philosophy is in place. I beg to differ, because I can't see or work out what they're trying to do, and it's time to go to the next level. Well, with the current players that you've got, I mean, there's a lot of players that we need to get off our books, and that's another video that I need to do in terms of who I'd like to see go and who I'd like to see come in. But I still don't see what the philosophy is in terms of how they play. Yes, it was a good game yesterday. We moved the ball a lot quicker yesterday. I noticed that Leno was playing the ball out much quicker, and they were playing at the back. But then again, this is what happens when Arsenal are not under any kind of pressure. Then they seem to pull it out. So for me, when he's talking about, they've got a philosophy and it's now time to get to the next level. How do we get to the next level? We need to be getting the backing from Mr. Kroenke himself. Now, it's said that he turned up the game. I don't know how much people knew about it, but Arteta was asked, what conversation did you have with Josh? And basically, what he was saying is that, just to give you the quotes, he says that, let's just read it here. He says, well, I'll say it's a quote. I'll just read what the statement says from Tribal Football. It says, Arsenal beat Brighton 2-0 at the Emirates on Sunday, with Kroenke making a rare appearance, yes, a very rare appearance, in the director's box at the Gunners match. It was the first time in over a year that the American had watched the North London side in person. Over a year. And you say you care about the club. Right. The Daily Express says the Arsenal fan again protested against the Kroenke's ownership, both before and during the match against the Seagulls. Now, obviously the numbers weren't there, but it's still good to see the fans going down there and still voicing their opposition against this joke of a company when it comes to this hierarchy and these people heading Arsenal. They are a complete joke. He said, but Kroenke has reiterated the club is not for sale, despite the attempts from Spotify founder Daniel Ek. Obviously, he put in for a bid, and as a result, they've turned it down because they said they don't need the money, but they're saying that they're going to invest and make this club great again. Kroenke also visited the club's training ground on the Saturday to address the first team squad. Arteta says the 41 years old passion is clear and is determined to turn things around on the pitch. He's very supportive, very passionate about the club, and he wants to take the club to a different level. Arteta said at his post-match press conference, that's the ambition and that's why we are here. He spoke to Kroenke about Arteta, said the same that he says every time we are on the phone. Oh, yeah, same every time. Listen, man, it sometimes it's just hot air. It's just hot air that I'm hearing. He said he's been very supportive, very passionate about the club, and he wants to take the club to a different level, and that's why we're here. But I don't know whether these guys are going to go and put their hands in their pockets. We're going to have to get rid of an awful lot of players if we want to get in the right players for this club. And it's a massive summer for Mikhail and Arsenal and the Kroenkes. If they're saying it, they need to put their mouth, or walk the walk, Put the money where your mouth is, mate, And let's do something here, because right now, if we do not invest in the club, we are going to get absolutely left behind, and it's as simple as that. But as I said, there's a lot of podcasts and discussions to be had over this Arsenal club and where we go from here. But let's get back to the player ratings, and let's start off with Leno in goal. And he didn't have much to do. I'm going to give him a 6. Got the ball out, moved it out really quick, which I liked. Will he be with us next season? Like he probably is. But we do need to get a backup goalkeeper. Someone like Matt Ryan. If we could get him, that'd be good. Runnison, We need to just get shot of this geezer. Chambers had a decent game as well, playing at right back. Bellerin obviously was injured for that game. He was even on the bench. He looks like he's going to be gone. But Chambers had a decent game, putting some decent cross. I think he even got an assist as well. I want to give Chambers a 7. Holding and Gabriel, just think they had a decent game. They weren't really troubled, to be honest. I'm going to give both of them a 6. Tierney, left back, again, you know, Tierney wears his heart on his sleeve, works hard, linking up well with Smith Rowe and, you know, getting in those crosses. There was a couple of times that he did play a couple of crosses and there was no one in the box. And I'm going to put that down to a man like Aubameyang because I don't know what he was doing out wide. You know, you need to be in the box to get on the end of these. It's no point, you know. And I think that was the issue yesterday. Even though we won 2-0, we still didn't have enough bodies in the box. Look at Joe Willock, mate. This guy scored 7 goals on the bounce for Newcastle. Will he stay with us or will he end up going to Newcastle? What sort of fee would you pay for him? 30 mil? Put it in the comments, let me know. Tierney, I'm going to give Tierney a 6. In the 2 pivot, Granit Xhaka I thought had a great game yesterday. I really did forget a game. There was a ball that he pinged into Partey. What a ball he pinged into Partey. He was just literally just controlling the middle of the park, just pinging the balls left, right and centre. But there was a ball that he pinged into Partey at the edge of the 25-yard box and literally Partey cushioned it. Beautiful cushion. And it literally hit the crossbar. I thought if he scored that would have been absolutely fantastic. I'm giving Granit Xhaka 8 because I felt he played really well, controlled the game in the middle of the park. Thomas Partey was, as I said, he was unlucky, hitting the bar, hitting the post, and also having a I think the goalkeeper made a save on him. It seems like his shooting has improved, which is good. He wasn't, you know, hitting the ball in row Z or think he was playing rugby, you know what I mean, and trying to do a conversion through the sticks. You know, he was, you know, trying his best, and unfortunately, you know, he didn't manage to score. But I'm going to give Thomas Partey a 7. I think he will come good next season. You know, I just think he needs that pre-season, but he's going to need someone alongside him, someone like a Basuma, who from Brighton, who I thought was played well yesterday. What does that mean for Granit Xhaka? Who knows? I'm giving, as I said, I'll give Thomas Partey a 7. Now, let's go on the left-hand side. Smith Rowe, again, I thought we had a great game yesterday. Worked really hard, worked his socks off. Great link-up play between himself, Odegaard and Tierney. I'm going to give Smith Rowe, I'm going to give Smith Rowe a 7 as well. Odegaard, done really well yesterday. Getting off his passes, played a couple, I think one pass, I think he got an assist. And he played that pass to Pepe, who got the second goal. I just think that with Odegaard, whether we will get him, buy him outright, I don't know. He could end up coming back to us on loan, but I think he just needs to just you know, strengthen up, you know, get his upper body strength, because he does get pushed over a little bit too easy. But listen, he's a good creative player. He's come good after his injury, and as I said, he had a decent game yesterday. I'm going to give Odegaard a 7 as well. Pepe, my man of the match, scoring 2 goals. Work rate was absolutely brilliant. And some of the skills that he does, just fantastic. And hopefully he will kick on next season. I'm going to give Pepe a 9 and man of the match. Now, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, don't know what's going on. I know you just bought another new car. Mate, you really need to fix up, man. Next season is going to be massive, yeah? You're not going to be playing in Europe, yeah? You need to start focusing more on the football rather than your social media. Listen, you're great. Listen, you've done great for Arsenal. You've been a talisman for us. But ever since you've signed that contract, you've just gone downhill. Yes, illness has come in there. Issues have happened with you, malaria and all of that. But it's not been a good season. You know what I mean? You've got players, you know, Antonio scoring more goals than you, you know, from West Ham. You know, you've got a tally of 10 this season. Not good. Not good. You got Joe Willock 3 goals behind you. This is in the Premier League we're talking. It's not been a good return for Aubameyang in terms of his goal contribution and just genuinely just his lack of interest on the pitch. But I'm hoping that will change come next season. But yesterday he was our worst player, and for that I'm going to give him a 4. In terms of players that came on, Saka came on for Smith Rowe. Saka does what he does, being one of our best players and player of the season for Arsenal. But, you know, he came on the 74th minute. I'm going to give Saka a 5. Lacazette came on for Aubameyang. Didn't have much time. Don't know what his future is going to be like come the summer, whether he's going to stick around or he's going to move to pastures new. But again, 79th minute, I'm going to also give him a 5. And then Martinelli came on in the 86th minute. It would have been great to have Martinelli start. Now, I know Smith Rowe played yesterday, but it would have been great to have Martinelli start. You know what I mean? But he didn't. He came on in the 86th minute for Odegaard. I'm going to give Martinelli a 5 as well. Now, Mikhail Tetter, you picked the right side. You won the game comfortably, clean sheet, but you're going to need to fix up for next season. You're going to absolutely need to fix up for next season, because I'm telling you, you are saying about, you know, our philosophy is there and now we just need to move up to the next level. You've got to stop chopping and changing this side. You've got to absolutely stop doing that, because it's just frustrating. You know, you'll pick players, 1 week they score, they're doing well, you don't pick them for the next week. The in and out, inconsistency, that's why Arsenal are where we are today. And the choices that you made, you know, in the Europa League, deciding to play a false 9, deciding to play Granit Xhaka at left back, all of these falls on your shoulders, mate. It falls on your shoulders. Now, you've got no excuses. You're going into a new season. Summer's going to be massive for you. You need to get the right players in. You need to get the right players out. And you need to start playing some football that we all understand. Because right now, I'm still confused. I don't know what style of football you play, even though you're saying there is a philosophy there. I don't see. You don't play pep football. You're very pragmatic, but you overcomplicate things. Even listening to him yesterday, you could hear him shouting and telling players to go here, go there. Let the players go out and express themselves. Yes, you know, leave that, but sometimes you can be too intrusive, and as a result of that, players get confused. You've got a massive summer ahead of you, and God forbid it if we have started with a bad season, because if we do, then you need to go. It's as simple as that. I don't even want you to be, you know, starting as a manager for us next season, but the Cronkies are backing you. So if they're backing you, they need to stick their hands in their pocket, put the money where their mouth is, and go out and do some decent business. As I said, I'm giving you a 8 for your management skills for this particular game. Listen, it's been a pleasure, you know, doing these player ratings and previews and whatever reviews and that. Being a very up and down season, mostly down, finishing again in the same place, 8th. Yes, we're 5 points better off, but I don't see any improvement in this side whatsoever. I watch with my eyes. It's not about the stats. Yeah, it's all right saying, yeah, we amassed how many points second half of the season, we're second in the form table. It's what I see with the eyes, and the eyes are the thing that speaks, or what I see on the pitch. It has to, the team has to fix up. It's as simple as that. They have to absolutely fix up. 2021, 2022, or 20, yeah, it's going to be a massive year for Arsenal. We cannot afford to fall any further than what we are. If we don't get it right off the pitch and on the pitch, we are doomed. We will be a mid-table side. Teams like Aston Villa, teams like Everton are going to go again. West Ham are going to go again. Liverpool, Man City. If they get Kane, it's all over. That's all I've got to say. It's all over. But I'm hoping that Arteta will get some players with a winning mentality, and that's going to want to work hard rather than spending their time on social media. Arsenal are very good at doing their social media thing. If it was for social media, we'd be top of the table. It's about doing it on the pitch. It's about doing it on the pitch. So guys, I want to again thank you so much for supporting the channel. There's a lot more to come in the new season. Obviously, I'm going to be starting doing the transfer daily, the Normski transfer daily. Look out for that. Looking at all things Arsenal with regards to who's coming in, who's going out. There's going to be a lot of, you know, speculation and that, but I'm just hoping and praying that we get the right players for the, you know, in the right positions. We need at least 2 quality players in each position. Yeah, right. Yes, we're not going to be playing as many games because we're not going to be in Europe, but this is a chance for us to try and see if we can get ourselves as close as possible to the top 4. And my battery has died. So let me say, guys, hold on. This is what happens when you do live YouTube. My lighting has died, but listen, guys, I just want to thank you again. Please like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully I will be doing a What's Going On podcast and doing an Arsenal inquest with a couple of my mates. So again, please like, subscribe if you're new, share it, and I'll see you next time. And sorry about the lighting. Take care.